What's your soul saying? Oh.
Welcome to my channel, Aligning with My Soul. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Thank you to all of you for commenting and supporting me on my journey, and thank you so much for taking the time to share how you've been feeling as well and what you've been experiencing on your journey so far. It really does mean the world to me and comforts me, so thank you. If you are new, I have recently done a video sharing a bit about myself, and I'm actually showing my face, so if you feel like you want to be more connected to me, there is a video and it's in the description box down below, and the video is me sharing my obstacles and challenges, what I've experienced so far and what I'm still experiencing, so you can go and check that out if you'd like to. I'm going to do a video today for the Divine Masculines, what energy they're going to be in during the month of October, because we're in October now, so I thought that'd be really interesting. And at the end of the video there'll be a message for you as well, of what God wants you to know during the month of October. And I'll be doing the masculine energy pots and the communication pot, what he would actually want to say to you, and what he's actually saying to you during the month of October. So I'm going to get started by shuffling. So I hope you guys are okay and you're coping. The last video I did was it was a really good video, and I was in a really good place, quite a peaceful place, feeling quite zen about everything and having really good vibes towards my Divine Masculine. But the energy, as I say, it changes all the time, and I'm experiencing really low vibrational energy. I'm in a dark place at the moment. And the purpose of this channel is me sharing who I really am and what I'm experiencing, so I can help you guys as well as helping myself. So I'm in a dark place at the moment. I'm not feeling too good about things. But the good thing is I'm aware of it. I'm conscious of it, and I'm not allowing. Sorry, that card flipped out, but I'm going to keep shuffling. I'm not allowing it to take over completely. I am aware that it's my ego and my ego breaking down, and obviously releasing this dark side of myself, the shadow, my shadow within myself. I'm releasing it, but it's very uncomfortable, and I just feel emotions and things I'm feeling at the moment are like being quite depressed, angry, doubtful, frustrated, disappointed in my masculine. So yeah, as I said as well, it's really good that I'm sharing this with you guys, because this journey isn't always where you're feeling wonderful, and you just, you know, it's about me sharing with you the truth, and that's where I'm at the moment. So leave me a comment if you're feeling the same and you experience this dark energy, and I'm looking forward to this energy shifting. So, but as I said, the good thing is I'm aware of it. So I'm really interested to see what cards come out for the Divine Masculine today, of what is the Divine Masculine is going to be experiencing during the month of October. So, and October is the month of, you know, it's the 10th month, so number 10 is completion, end of cycle. So let's see what's going to come out for the Divine Masculine today. When I say Divine Masculine feminine, don't be offended, it's just me. It's easy for me to say, and I realise it's just labels. And I know it's energy, so don't be offended. Just put it into your situation and how it resonates to you. But it's just easier for me to use those terms. Right, what is going on with the Divine Masculine during the month of October? Never-ending story, which is interesting, which is 37, and 3 and 7 is 10, which is completion. That's really weird that I just said that about the month of October, number 10. So, your Divine Masculine could be feeling during the month of October that this situation is just never ending, and just wants it to be over. I'm going to get my guidebook to get the additional message, but as you can see in the cards, the angel's got her hands in her head and is just really fed up with this situation. So let's see what the additional message is. But yeah, he's probably just had enough, really. The same as what I'm feeling. And that's why I would say, how I would explain it is, I just feel like I've got to the pain barrier now where I just feel like I can't do this anymore. Which is really weird, because when I did this video, I did my last video, I was in a really good place. So it just shows you how energy changes. Right, 37, 39. And I'm still feeling quite poorly as well, as you can hear in my voice. Okay, so the essential meaning for this card, Never Ending Story, is self-criticism, the wounded ego, and unnecessary dramas, which is, funny enough, how I'm feeling. So your Divine Masculine is experiencing, if you're feeling this way as well, your Divine Masculine is experiencing this. The Oracle message is, there is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection, humiliation, self-loathing, arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It's the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, but not go there. Should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small sacred conditioned part of you that got stuck in the lie, wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost pieces of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being from being true to yourself. You're not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. So the Divine Masculines and yourself could be experiencing this, where you have just about had enough and you just feel like that you can't do this anymore, and you feel like the world's just crumbling down around you. But it's just the ego, it's just the pain body crumbling down, it's your ego. You're releasing it, and your Divine Masculine could be experiencing self-loathing, and the feeling of, he's just feeling hurt and the loss, and feeling like he can't do this, just feeling very alone, and things, you know, all the things that he feels about himself is really being brought to the surface, because as I said, this has to happen so he can release it. And this is why this is happening to me, is because I need to release these old ways, and you have to have the dark side. You have to deal with the dark side of yourself, the shadows. So it seems like at the moment the feminines and the masculines are mirroring each other, and they're experiencing rejection, and they're suffering really at the moment, uncomfortable. So this is what's going to be happening during the month of October as well. So, but even though that sounds really negative, that's a positive thing, because it's got to be released. So let's read the relationship message. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but the other more complex reasons. There you go. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenge to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is. However, right now you have the opportunity for an important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you've weaved about love, connection, abandonment, rejection and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. So this is about, yeah, this is just perfect, this card for my masculines, because all the shame and the fear of intimacy and his self-esteem and having the belief system of how he thinks a relationship should be, he's really been challenged with at the moment to release. And that's why he's feeling like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this. and it's about the fear of rejection as well, and the feeling of being lonely, and having to forgive himself for things that he's done so far on this relationship, how he's been treating you, divine feminines as well. So he's having to have to deal with forgiveness, forgiving himself, and having compassion towards himself and others, and to not just think, you know, to realise that you need to be more open-minded. He needs to be more open-minded and not be so strict in thinking the relationship has to be in a certain way, for it to be successful. For him to be open-minded, to know actually, you know, it doesn't have to be a certain way. And as I've said before, and you're experiencing yourself, if you're on this twin flame journey, things aren't. They are complicated, and there's so many obstacles and challenges that you have to work through. Things aren't always straightforward. It isn't just where you're just going to have a relationship. There's things, there's blocks and things that you have to work through, like marriages, other relationships, karmic situations, religion, age gaps, loads of different blocks and challenges that we have to work through. And it's about changing our perspective on things and know that things don't have to be a certain way. It's about changing the templates, this twin flame journey, you know, this relationship you have with your twin. But your divine masculine's still being challenged with that, of thinking it's got to be a certain way and it's not going to work otherwise. So that is why in the card the angel is like got hands in the head, because that's how your divine masculine's feeling. He's trying to work through this and release of how he thinks things should be, and having the fear, so much fear and anxiety, and the fear and anxiety and the doubt is stopping him. So he's really in his head at the moment, really in his head. And this is what's taking over him at the moment as well. So it's all about fear. And this is what's going to be released in the month of October. So this is really positive. And this is really helpful for me, because I've been feeling, or I've just about had enough of this journey. And you just feel like you just can't take any more. Well, that's how your divine masculine's feeling as well. So I'm going to use the Angel Oracles from Ambika Waters now, just one more card, to see what's going on with the Divine Masculine and what he's going to be experiencing through the month of October. So it could be quite intense, the month of October, for Divine Masculines to make this shift and experience this energy. But he's got to experience it, because otherwise you will keep repeating and experiencing the same thing and not moving forwards. So he will be moving forwards, because he's really going to be, it's like, you know, in the tarot cards it'd be like a tower moment. And that's how I'm feeling at the moment. I'm having a bit of a tower moment. And God will be putting things in place for him to actually sort this out, what he's experiencing, and the angels. So let's see, what else is the Divine Masculine going to be experiencing during the month of October? Nice clear message for the person that's watching, please. Let's see. Discernment, yeah, perfect. That is a perfect card to match what has come out from the Wisdom Oracle. Through the grace of the divine, I am able to know the right path, yeah. So discernment is, he's getting rid of things that aren't serving him anymore, the thoughts, the emotions and feelings, and being set in such a way and thinking that he's got to do things in such a certain way to be successful, to release all of that negativity, the things that aren't serving him anymore, and dealing with guilt, blame, and forgiving himself as well, and having more compassion towards himself and others, letting things go. So that's quite heavy energy, quite intense energy, but again, as I say, it's very positive. Let's see what the guidebook says as well. Things that aren't serving your divine masculine are being shifted right now. So he's not in a good, his emotions and what he's experiencing is very uncomfortable at the moment. There we go, let's have a look. The angel of discernment teaches us to honour our inner voice and to listen to our hearts. If we're given complex choices which involve making difficult decisions affecting our spiritual evolution, this angel helps us choose the right path. It's always guiding us towards what will serve our growth and help us develop our strengths and gifts. Discernment eliminates what is negative. There you go. He's getting rid of it. And maybe potentially damage it. Sorry, discernment eliminates what is negative and may be potentially damaging to us. Learning discernment is refining our skill at sensing what is the healthiest and most joyful path for us. Discernment is the ability to know what is ultimately for our greatest good. It is not necessarily the easy or the popular path. It is, however, the path best suited for our good. We can know what is right for us when we listen to our hearts and reflect on our choices. The angel of discernment is there to help guide our way in making the wisest choices. Discernment is the ability to know in your head and heart that something or someone is right for you. There you go, this is really good. Many people struggle to try and make the situation or a person right rather than asking if that person or situation is the best for themselves. When we are discerning, we value ourselves at every level and make choices which reflect that level of self-worth. The angel of discernment helps us to see things clearly and to expand our vision beyond our fears and doubts about ourselves. It helps us know what we may be afraid to see and allows us to the possibility of making intelligent and heartfelt choices. We can pray to the angel of discernment to help us develop our ability to listen to our inner voice. This will help us hear the angels whispering to us and know the right choices to make. When we have learned discernment, then the angels help us open fully to the treasures of our inner knowing. They never risk exposing that deep inner knowing to rejection. Discernment protects our deepest sensitivities. The angels want us to make only the best decisions for ourselves, yeah. So, as I said, during the month of October, your divine masculine is getting rid of these old beliefs and these old negative feelings and thoughts, and he's been encouraged by the discernment angel to go inwards and listen to himself, to trust himself. And as I said in my last reading that come out, is your divine masculine in this period as well. The energy at the moment he is healing, so he could be spending time alone and really doing some inner work on himself and getting rid of what doesn't serve him. And it's about trusting his intuition, and he's been guided to trust himself and know what the right path is, to go to listen to his heart and not listen to his ego, not listen to the ego that's saying, oh, it's got to be this way, it's got to be conditioned, you know, I've got to have a relationship that's this and this and that, because in any twin flame journey it's not straightforward. Like I said, it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be easy. There's lots of things you've got to deal with and heal within you, and that's what I've experienced, and that's what you've probably experienced, where you've got to come to peace with all these challenges and obstacles, and realise that all these fears and doubt and things are illusions, and it doesn't matter what other people think and how it's going to affect other people. It's about how you're feeling and having this unconditional love for yourself, and when you have that, it's how you feel towards your divine masculine as well. So it's about lots of changes happening during the month of October. There's lots of shifts, but at the same time, he's going to be feeling like this is, you know, he's just about had enough of this, experiencing that. He's had enough because of really feeling those emotions and those negative, that energy that's really negative and dark. The dark shadows within himself are really coming up in the surface, the same as they are with me at the moment. And it's about not, your divine masculine needs to just shift out of trying to figure it out for himself as well, about trusting in God, handing it over to God to surrender to this situation. And as we, you know, as I always say, energy does change and the readings come out different all the time, and your divine masculine has been in the energy where he's been trusting God and having strong faith, and his heart chakra's been open. But we all experience this different energy all the time, and at the moment I'm finding it really hard to, with the energy I'm experiencing, I'm finding it hard to really trust, and you just can't be bothered. That's, you know, you just can't be bothered with it. You're just in that bad place, that really dark place, and it's very painful, and you just feel heartbroken. And so this experience in October is very challenging for the divine masculines because they're having to shift this. So really what we need to do, the divine feminines need to send love and healing and compassion and forgiveness towards them, if you can find it within yourself. And again, try not to keep thinking about the physical person, and that's what I've got to do. But it's very difficult when you love this person so much and you just want them, you just want this all to be sorted out. I know how hard it is because I'm experiencing it right now. So I'm going to see the energy he's going to be in during the month of October, like how he's feeling towards the stuff in my pots. This will be interesting to see if it goes with the cards that have come out today. Let's see. Emotional, yeah. See, you cannot make this stuff up. He's going to be emotional in the month of October. All these different emotions and feelings and thoughts and things. It's going to cause a lot of emotional stuff. But he's got to do it, and you've got to allow him to do it. You've got to let go and let him get on with it. Even though the natural instinct is to reach out and make it okay for your divine masculines. You've got to be able to allow him to have this experience. Right, courage has come out as well. So by experiencing this emotional, uncomfortable time during the month of October, it is going to bring and help him have more courage. So that's really positive. And what would he like to communicate to you? What would he be saying, you know, what is the message that you need to hear through the month of October? What is the communication from your divine masculine? You make me feel so alive. So yeah, that is true, because when you're together, you do, both of you feel alive, because you come together and you're one, because you're one soul. When you're apart, when you're not with a physical person, you don't feel alive, and it doesn't matter who you're with, what you're doing, there's always that empty feeling, and you just crave to be with that person because they make you feel so alive. Because when you come back together, you are one, you're whole. So that is the way you experience that feeling. Your divine masculine wants you to know you make him feel so alive. And you give him, you're his guiding light. You give him motivation, and when you're together and you just feel like you can do anything, you just feel so amazing, and you feel good about yourself, you feel attractive and desirable, like it doesn't matter what life throws you, you just know that you can deal with anything when you're with your twin. That's what it feels. That's what your divine masculine feels. He feels alive. He feels on fire. That's my explanation of it. That's how I feel when I'm with my divine masculine. Let's see what else he would say. I can't put into words how much I love you. Yeah, you can't put into words how much you love your divine masculine, and he can't put into words how much he loves you, the person that's watching. He can't put it into words how much he loves you, and it's driving him crazy, this whole situation, as you can see. He's just about had enough. So this is all positive and magical, because by him experiencing where he's just about had enough, because this love he feels, and he just wants to change things, there will be change, because he knows he's got to do something, because he's just going around, he's just about had enough, the same as what I'm feeling. He just about had enough. So there'll be positive, this is all positive during the month of October. So I hope this resonates with you and you're understanding what I'm saying. And as I always say, try not to keep focusing on yourself and carrying on with your life and doing things what works for you, and start thinking about everything that you want to do. Take action with everything that makes you happy, and still do things that you love for yourself, and keep growing as a person. Just keep focusing on yourself and loving yourself and connecting with yourself, and when you do that, that's when it helps your divine masculine anyway. And that is why he's having to experience what he's experiencing now, because your energy goes to divine masculine, and it's got to be sorted out. And you've processed some of this, what's been going on, what your divine masculine is experiencing now, and you could be still experiencing it like I am. But you know it's for a reason. You know that you've got this greater understanding, and sometimes lots of things are happening in the 3D that could be triggering you, and you've just got to work through that and realise and connect to your higher self and know that it's not true, it's just an illusion, and just stay connected to God and stay focused and feel God's love, and know that whatever you're seeing and whatever's happening in 3D isn't real. You've got to see past that. That's the whole point. It's about testing your faith and your belief, and how much you do believe, and listening to your knowing and your intuition. You know the truth, whatever's happening in the 3D. And you know, I said this in the last video, I was in a really good place with my divine masculine, and I said, yeah, and he could be triggering me, or he could be doing this, and yeah, he did. There has been triggers that are happening to me, but I'm aware of it. It's laughable, really, because I'm aware of it, and I know that it's not true. It's just about another test if I'm going to trust myself and my knowing, or am I going to trust what I'm seeing in the 3D. So it's just another test all the time, these triggers. And I think to myself, well, why is that triggering me? Why am I feeling this anger? Why am I feeling this disappointment towards him? It's because I'm not believing, I'm not trusting enough. I'm allowing it to trigger me, and I've got to let it go. and not think about them, not have any doubt about this person, the physical person, because it is me. It's my soul in another physical body. So why am I doubting that he doesn't love me, or that he's not going to change and he's not going to speak his truth? Why? Why am I fearful and doubtful of that when I know really the truth? It's just really hard sometimes in the 3D, because you just feel like you're going around the twist and you feel like you're going crazy. So your divine masculine feels like he's going crazy at the moment as well. So I'm going to get a card for the person that's watching, what God wants you to know during the month of October, to help you stay focused on yourself and your spiritual journey. And what, just the message that you need to know to uplift you and to know that you're supported. So let's see. Out for the month of October. What message is it for you? God wants you to know. Set yourself goals. So you need to be setting some goals in October. And the message is, it's really useful for you to set yourself both weekly and monthly goals. This helps to assist you on your divine path, helping to ensure that you don't sway. Focus on what you want to achieve each week and month, and pin them up somewhere where you can see them to remind you daily. Write down a list of at least 10 realistic goals you would like to achieve by the end of the week, and some more challenging goals for the end of the month. And the powerful affirmation you can say is, I achieve all my goals and feel overjoyed. Yeah. So as I said before, the more you focus on yourself, and you need to just start thinking about what you want and what you want to do with your life, and start setting goals, and not just keep thinking about this divine masculine and the physical person and when's this going to happen, when's that going to happen. You've got to change that. You've got to completely change that and completely trust and in divine timing, and hand that over and surrender to it, to God, and focus on yourself. Set yourself goals of things that you want to achieve for yourself, because this journey is about you, not your divine masculine. It's about you achieving and growing as a person, having unconditional love for yourself. So start thinking about things, and if there's things that you want to change or you want to achieve, set yourself goals that are achievable. They could be weekly or monthly, but that is a message that God wants you to know during the month of October, and that will help you if you set yourself goals so you're not keep focusing on what's going on with your divine masculine. It'll change your energy, and you'll feel good about yourself and uplift you. So I hope that resonates to you, and I hope that's helped you in some way today. It's helped me, and helped me sort of give myself a good talking to, really. But it's good that I've done this video when I'm feeling this way, and that's the whole purpose of this channel, is me expressing myself, the highs, the lows, because it isn't just it's not always where you're just feeling delightful all the time. You can feel really low, and it's so painful sometimes, and I want to be able to share that with you, so you don't feel like you're going around the twist as well. Because I know that it makes me feel that way. You just feel that you're going crazy, and that's what, another reason why I wanted to do this channel, because I want to be connected with people that are in the same or similar situation, that can relate to what I'm saying, and it's about sharing the love and helping each other. So thank you for joining me today and joining me on my journey so far. Let me know again how you've been feeling. Leave a comment. I'd really be interested to know what you've been experiencing, if it's been the same as me. So I'm going to do a video I'll probably do a video tomorrow actually, to see what's going on with my masculines, what energy is in at the moment. And if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you liked it. And I'm always thinking of you guys, and I'm sending my love, support, strength and support to you. And I love you all very much. Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.
Oh, what's your soul saying?